Good day and welcome to Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio. I'm Ezekiel Tuishime. Join us as we explore the activities suitable for newly established English clubs across the country, of course here in Rwanda. We are going to share the insights, the thoughts and ideas from the guest of today. Guess who? Meet Educationalist is the segment of Study Hub program. The guest of today is Abdu Mugabonake. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Abdu is the English specialist, English proficiency specialist at Rwanda Basic Education Board. Let me welcome him again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Viewers, Rwanda Basic Education Board is the one that you are following. Last time we talked about English clubs that were established across the country. 250 English clubs that are supposed to be established. REB started with 150, right? And one more 100 clubs are going to be established.
To be established soon within this month.
Yeah. Try to tell us, Mr. Abdu, the main objectives of these English clubs as a recap.
Yeah, as a recap, we aim to establish these English clubs across the country. You mentioned the number of 250, but we not stop only with 250. We want English clubs to be established along all schools in the country, but the main aims of enhancing the English proficiency level of student, promoting confidence in communication, with encouraging students to think critically and creatively. Through these English clubs, we hope that we will foster the culture of collaboration and leadership among students, and also inculcate the culture of loving English.
English clubs are going to be established across the country. Remember that English is a medium of instruction in our schools in Rwanda and in different offices. As you all know, we want to reach far as far as educating our population. Mr. Abdu, do you think these English clubs are going to contribute a lot to English proficiency?
Through these English clubs, we think they will be based on the activities that they will be based on. And through those activities, students and teachers will be able to enhance their level of English through the way they use it frequently in their daily life at school. So this English will act as an ignition, a will to drive on the motive of the rest of the student or the school community through the main activities that we have highlighted. Those clubs will meet regularly on a weekly basis. When they meet, they will be having some activities. Maybe they can play some games. They can initiate the role plays, and through those role plays, they can learn new vocabularies. And if they learn new vocabularies, they will be able to practice more. There will also be the debate and public speaking. And that is the second activity that the club will be built on.
Allow me to cut you short. When we talk about English clubs, most of the schools, most of the students, they think about
the debate?
The debate
no.
Format. Yet there are quite other activities. Please go ahead.
There are so many other activities, as I mentioned, through those weekly meetings. That is the meeting is like a planning session.
Yes.
When they meet in a week, it's like a planning session to plan among several activities. One of them is debate and public speaking. So debates, you cannot debate if you have not led. You know, when we are debating, our arguments should be based on facts. And the facts should be coming from books and the readings we have conducted.
Doing research.
Yeah, you should do research, you should take some novels. If you are debating on a specific subject, maybe a political matter,
yes,
you should be having facts from newspapers, from the past history, from the decisions made by several leaders in the past. So you should have read. In English, you know, we say if you don't lead, you just keep quiet. That is the meaning that if a student is in an English club, there should firstly the role plays in their sessions. There is also the spelling bees or games. At classroom level, at school level, we call them games. But when it comes to the competition, we call them bees. So there is also the reading and writing exercises within their clubs, because they are mentored with a senior tutor or a coach in a school that is selected through the staffs from the staffs within the school. There is drama and role playing. That's what I meant before going to reading. Then there's also, they will all have to organize. From the first activity of meeting, they will have to organize the English days or events. And the English days and the events are the ones where students, all the other students in the school will be given opportunity to show their skills, the skills they have acquired through those above highlighted activities, like those spellings bees. You know, through the spelling bees or spelling games, we learn vocabularies. For example, if I'm to give, you know, many students get confused. Like in a primary, we start with the words that are composed by 3 to 4 letters. When you want a child to memorize a vocabulary, to master the vocabulary. So that English club time at school will help those students to get more vocabularies, to get used, to avoid fear when speaking, be confident when presenting. As you know, English is becoming a worldwide language for communication. So that is, in brief, the main activities that will be happening in an English club. Then after all, when the clubs will have been familiarized within our schools, many schools, we will move with the competitions, the English language competitions. Because through clubs we are familiarizing students to speaking.
We are discussing about the activities that should be done at school level when we are in the English clubs. Mr. Sir, what if students are doing research? Who is supposed to prove their findings? What is the role of the teacher to help the students with their findings? Yeah,
as I said, the students in English clubs are mentored by an experienced tutor. Mostly we oblige that the English tutor or the English teacher at school becomes the coach of the club. He should spare some free time, and the administration of the school should help in sparing free time allocated to this teacher to help students. So all the resources that are given to English clubs, you know, because LEB and the government in general through REB is investing a lot in the promotion of English. So the resources given to schools are under the duties of that experienced tutor or coach teacher. He is the one responsible to guide them through the research they make and confirm their findings are relevant to the topics may be given. Yeah, like within those games of vocabularies they play, there is the one we used to play when I was in secondary school, the chunking game, where a student comes to class, the teacher, experienced tutor, write different vocabularies on small papers, then crunch them like this, then he hides them, he put them on a table, you come, you pick yours randomly. And the vocabulary you have picked, what is written there, you are supposed to spell and explain. If you fail, the rest of colleagues will explain the meaning of the vocabulary you have
they
picked.
try to explain.
Yeah, they try to explain. Once all the entire class fails, then the teacher, the experienced teacher will explain and write it on the blackboard or the whiteboard. So from there on, you will have grabbed the main vocabularies of the day. The other activities were used to continue after we have passed through the session of vocabularies. So, and I think through those games at school, it will be the same. We hope so. As we keep pushing, we keep explaining to teachers what to do, we keep explaining to students and allowing their interest to join the English clubs. Because you assume the English club time will not be reserved for some people with the eagerness, intrinsic motivation to join English clubs. We assume that many students, all the students in the schools will have the willingness to join the English club as they see the result.
Wow, Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio is the one that you are following. We are discussing about what we can do during English clubs at our schools. Most of our teachers were aware. They were aware, but now we would like to emphasize on what to do at school. It is your time to take the students to organize the English clubs. Of course, don't guess, don't look for ABCD. We brought you the key factors, we brought you the activities to perform when you're in English clubs. Mr. Abdu, Reb used to prepare all these activities and available the materials. Are there some materials that are put in place or resources especially that are developed for these clubs?
Yeah, we have already developed some materials. For English clubs, we have an entire document talking about English clubs that is going to be availed. It's already completed and it has been approved by the management of LAB. Is going to be uploaded to the website and the e-learning platform of LAB. It will be accessible for all schools and any other user. We will also upload another English competition guide because through competitions we will not compete on one single item or skill. We will compete on many items that will be bringing all the four skills of language. They will be printed soon within this month and also be distributed in all schools with the English clubs. The ones that are already established, and we hope that in our plans, all those documents will be printed so that at least in a school there will be hard copies of those guiding documents.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Before we come to the end of the program, is there any plan to expand and have different English clubs in various schools?
Yeah, we hope in our plans, depending on the means that we are available, we will establish all these English clubs to all schools. They will be taken to the country, all secondary schools and primary schools, starting from the public schools, the day schools. Our approach is to start from where English is less spoken. Because of the history of English in day schools, we know that it's where it's less spoken. We are planning to foster their activities, to boost their activities. We are fostering much energy into them, so that in the end we will have a whole country with English clubs, and when we call up on a competition, every school registers, and at every level, primary, secondary, registers for competition up to the national level.
Wow. Let me call upon the competitors, English clubs in the schools. Please get prepared as you are performing in your English club, of course. Make sure that at the end there will be a competition. Mr. Sir, we are reaching the end of the program, but before we conclude, you must have a key message to entire students, teachers, and the parents, as well as the community around the school. What is the key message do you provide to them?
Yeah, the key message, let me start with the first message you go to teachers or tutors that are assisting the students during the English club time. Here, don't think English club time is for debating. It's for only debating. Because we debate, because we have acquired some vocabularies, we have the ability to read. So let's include all the activities that we are sending in the manual, the ones we have already mentioned within this talk, including the reading, the role playing, and drama. If we are writing a drama, don't write it in Kinyarwanda. Many dramas are across the country. They are being broadcasted in Kinyarwanda. We want many future broadcasters that are broadcasting in English, because as you shift the language to English from Kinyarwanda, that is where you get many consumers of your product. Let me say that the product will be those dramas and the film. We want so many people that are using English in the country, so that we can also influence the world easily. Secondly, let me go to students. I always tell students that if you have knowledge and skill and you are not able to explain it, your knowledge will not be marketable, or your skill. But if you can speak, you can explain to your consumers or customers, that will be easy. So you have got our back, and our back is English Club. Join English Club and get backed for you to promote your skills in the future, the labor market. For the community around, you asked me to give the message to the key people.
Allow me to cut you short. These students are the ones that go home and meet the parents and the other relatives.
Yeah, they are the ones to meet the relatives. There is a friend of mine who was used to tell me, if you have lived near the university, sometimes you graduate before the students.
Before the students.
So let the community also be involved in influencing the student to speak English at home, to join the English clubs, to learn to read, because we acquire vocabularies through reading. Let the parents be the ones to push students to read at home and at school. They should also act as the guardians, the teacher parents. They should also act as teachers when they are at home. Some parents are literate in English, some are not literate in English. But if you can help, at least push the student to speak to you in English, even though you might not be listening understanding what he's saying. At least the head say, you are doing something.
For example, if a kid is counting the numbers in Kinyarwanda, rimwe kabiri, may you force him maybe to count in English?
To count in English, that might be good. It might help. And the students, as they acquire English, you are also contributing to his future, to be able to market the skills and knowledge he has acquired from the school. Yeah, that is the main message.
Thank you so much. This is Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio. We are to the end of the program. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Mugabonake.
Thank
you, your presence.
Ezekiel and the viewers.
Yeah, we shall invite you once more. Thank you, viewers, for being with us. Go to comment box, you write the idea, you write something about this program, and also the suggestion of what you think we can do, how we can improve, how can we reach out to your school. Thank you so much. This is Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio. We're discussing the activities that are suitable for established English clubs in schools across the country. I am Ezekiel Twishime. Bye.